Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Racers Driving League for the 22nd and final race of Season 16. Welcome to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Welcome to the reverse grid finale here at the Yas Marina Circuit. I'm your host, RC, and joining me for the last time ever in the commentary box for the foreseeable future is none other than Season 11 champion, Touchby Pope. Pope, welcome along. You've got a treat for us tonight, haven't you?
Of course, yeah. As many people do know, every one of my last races for the season, so typically it's the race before the finale because I can never make the finale if it's the first time I think ever I will be here for a full finale in the commentary box, which is exciting. I always do a song, and I would say, obviously, race 22. I'm feeling 22. I'm not really.
Oh,
I'm not even hit. I've not hit 20 yet. But I think my commentary's got better, and I think things can only get better.
So then,
what do you think, Zach?
I think I have to agree with you, except for things in the commentary box, because we're losing you. Things can only get better. So with that being said, here is, for the last time, my co-commentator, Touchby Pope, singing in the Racers Driving League commentary box. Pope, for the last time ever, please take it away.
I am so excited for this.
Make sure the music's nice and loud so we can hear you.
Don't you worry, don't you worry.
Here we go.
You can walk my path. You can wear my shoes. Learn to talk like me. And be an angel too. Robbie Williams Angels. But maybe you ain't never gonna feel this way. You ain't never gonna know me. But I know you. I'm singing it now. Things can only get better. Not on this new F1 game, they can't. It can only get better. If we see you through, that means me, and I mean you too. So teach me how things can only get they can only get taken on from it. You know, I know that things can only get better. I sometimes lose myself I lose track of time. Track F1, there you are. And I can see the woods for the trees. You set the line. Burn the bridges as you've gone. I'm too weak to fight you. Me to Blaze next year. I've got a personal hell to deal with. And then you say, walk my path, walk my shoes. Talk like that, I'll be an angel, and things can only get better. Can only get better. Now I found you. That's me finding RDL, guys. Things can only get better. Can only get better. Now I found you, and you, and you, and you. There you are, guys. That's all you're getting.
And there we have it. Pope, thank you so much for doing that. Off topic, is your girlfriend still in the room right now?
Yes.
I'd ask for her opinion, if that's alright.
Opinion? Opinion on that masterpiece? Fantastic. Nod of the head.
Oh, I can't imagine a better way to start an RDL stream than that. Pope, thank you so much. That song is a testament to your time here over the last year or so. It's been about a year and about a year and half a month since you started commentating this league alongside me.
Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely. Yeah, I think I started at the end of season 14.
End of season 14, yes, back on F1 22, Mexico. That was the race.
That was it, and obviously, yeah, now we're here capping it off. But like I say, it's exciting times for the future, and it's been a fantastic game. I think most people can say that. Like looking in hindsight, it's been fantastic. So I'm looking forward to next year. Obviously, a lot of people are feeling a bit iffy, but things can only get better realistically on this new F1 game in the long run. So let's hope RDL gets even more competitive than it already is.
And of course, if we look back on perhaps what has been overall racing-wise, perhaps not in terms of what the points say, but racing-wise, I think you'd join me in saying this is perhaps one of the most competitive seasons we've seen in recent memory. Would you agree with that?
Oh, undoubtedly. I think it's been incredible. I mean, I think we hark back to the first season on the F1 23 game, season 15. We look at, I think we all say from Belgium onwards, with Nicholas joining, shaking up the order, and then you had Grovey, Slazenger. Obviously, a lot of these aren't with us anymore racing, but they really shook up the field. Then obviously Imrie joined, Cott joined, Cott took 3 in a row. It's been fantastic. It's been really, really good, but the same 2 people have prevailed both times, and that's themselves and Alright Landlord and Grumio. So yeah, excited to see what will happen. Obviously, I will let you do the announcement as we go into before the race, but it's been very, very competitive, and I'm expecting it to get a hell of a lot more competitive next season.
Hoping so, and hoping perhaps that somebody can knock the champion off his perch. We can now confirm, after last week's race in Brazil, despite crashing out and that red flag, of course, playing into the picture, Salve Grumio did indeed win a record 7th Racers Driving League World Championship title. He brings the title home as it stands by 10 points over Landlord, wins it on countback regardless if Landlord should win today and Grumio fails to score. So that's how the title shapes out. Grumio for the 7th time is champion, and of course with the constructors already secure, the fight to this tonight then turn to the race finish in 3rd place, seeing if Cott or Imrie can beat Grovey's total. They both need a 3rd place finish or higher to do so. And we also look to see who the bottom 4 will emerge plumb last in the table. In terms of the situation, AlphaTauri sit in 10th place on 14 points. It's 8 points in front of them to Aston Martin, another 2 in front of them to Haas, and another 2 to Mercedes. So 12 points covering that bottom 4. So any one of them, with the right permutation of results, could wind up sitting dead last at the end of today's race.
Yeah, my maths my maths GCSE didn't even do it for A-level. Is going to have to really work overtime on this, yeah. It is absolutely crazy. I think, undoubtedly, obviously, AlphaTauri's only got 1 driver in. I'm not too sure about the other teams as well. Websy is driving, so Haas have got 2 Haas's here to score points. So Haas are probably... and then, do we even have a Mercedes on the grid?
I'm not sure.
We do have Shane.
We have a smaller
Shane. Obviously, JB's not with us this week, so that's 1 Aston Martin down. And I'm not too sure if Abby's here. We have, Lucky Lambert's here.
Could be
Just trying to
potentially
say AlphaTauri, Aston Martin. That was weird.
potential trouble. And of course, today is the last race for certain drivers in the field. From the end of this race onwards, we'll be losing BJ, Fan, Lycon, Fergus and Shane for now, as well as, of course, it's been the last races for the brands Alfa Romeo and AlphaTauri in the RDL before they switch to Kick Sauber and RB for F1 24. Of course, number of drivers have served the league so well in there. Of course, BJ and Fan, that Titanic twosome who won the championship last season, we're losing them both here. Lycon, Fergus, Shane, all fantastic servants to the league over the last few seasons. It's going to be sad to see them go, but of course the show must continue, and we'll have a crop of new drivers in to try and challenge our front pair next season. I'm looking forward to what should be a fantastic race. There is your circuit on the screen, the Yas Marina circuit. Of course, Landlord, the defending winner of this race, after penalties. I believe it was Nicholas who won this race across the line, but penalties played into the matter later on. Now, I'm hoping this race ends in a bit more pleasant fashion than last season's did, of course, with the certain interruptions we had on the track. Those 2 Aston Martins, of course, chaos.
Yes, you are right. Obviously, those Aston Martins really did cause a lot of drama. Obviously, it was a great race until that point, but nevertheless, we are here and we are ready to go. And then here we have Cottony Goblin leading them away on the formation lap. Zach, you've done it for nearly all 22 races this season. Would you like to run through the tyres once again? I
would be more honoured to take you to the starting lineup, Pope. So starting on the back row, it's Curtis Shepherd alongside Gaming James in the AlphaTauri tonight. Both cars on the medium tyres to start us off. Shane lines up P12, of course. Mercedes' sole hope of maintaining P7. He leads them by 2 points over both Haas cars who are in the race today. Haas, perhaps in pole position, if they can score 2 points or more, then they will pip Mercedes to the post. And then it's Cot and Grumio on Cot in P11, Grumio in P10. Of course, Grumio now confirmed as the champion. Cot on hard tyres, the only hard tyre starter, and Grumio on the mediums, the dominant tyre of choice here tonight. Imri on the softs, looking to go longer into that first stint, lines up from P9, looking to beat Cot to the post for P3 in the standings. Fan lines up 8th, the reigning champion, for the last time we can call him the reigning champion, and his last race in the league for the foreseeable future. He starts in P8. Fergus P7, again we're losing him too in the Red Bull. He's had a fantastic comeback this second half of the season. It's been good to see him. He's helped Red Bull claim second in the Constructors' Championship. Websy lines up in P6, one of the two Haas cars in the race. Haas, as I say, in pole position to try and beat the cars in front. They can't beat Alpine, they also have both their cars. And of course, our newest race winner, PJ Khaled, who was declared as the winner in last week's race, lines up from P5. He's got his teammate Ethan for company there in front from P4. Lucky Lambert lines up third for Aston Martin. Their sole hope of trying to beat Mercedes to P7. Lycon starts from second, and Connie Goblin, there is your pole sitter. The driver who we rarely see out the pit lane in a lot of cases will start from first. Pope only in the regular season finale does that happen, I have to say.
Oh, obviously, yeah. But that's what we love about this. We get to see the faster drivers work their way through up, and we normally do see some crazy racing. And obviously we've got a small grid, so every single one of them are going to try and get into that top 8 to score a point or two. And there is Gabe and James is... Oh no, sorry, that is Lycon, who is right at the back, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry, I'm a bit confused, here we go.
Well, for the final time
red lights
in Season 16, it's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and the reverse grid finale is underway here from the Marina. Good getaway from Lycon there on the right-hand side as they charge towards Turn 1. Into the first turn they come. Lycon to the lead. Websy into P3. What a start from the two Haas cars there. They lead away. Connie Goblin has lost one, but Websy gains the rest. Lucky Lambert there in P4. Fergus up in front of Imri. Ethan and Fan side by side as they run through the first sector. Caught behind them. He's got Grumio for company there on his left, going into the corner. Grumio up to P7 now. Oh, very slight spin from the champion. He saved it. There was a bit of contact there, but up front, Lycon leads away. What a getaway from the AlphaTauri Pope, and he leads away. But here comes Lucky chasing for P3 now, side by side with Websy as they run towards the corner. And there behind them, Imri is looking for moves. He's trying to take Fergus up the inside. He's going to do it just about throw for Red Bull. And Imri leads away, but he's got an end plate missing there, Pope.
He does, yeah, on those soft tyres as well, so that's going to really hamper that strategy for that Ferrari, but still having a lot of pace to show. We'll see how he pits this lap or carries it on, but those soft tyres on both Imri and Lycon played wonders for them, and 5 attempts now to the good for Lycon, so he's going to try and pull away. That's what he needs to do in these reverse grid finales, pull away as quickly as you can and make sure that other ones can't crash, can't catch up. Grumio, really in the mid-pack here, struggling to get through. I thought after going in end of sector 1, looking really high up, but was not able to make any further moves. So keep an eye on Grumio, the new champion.
The champ there in P9, about to hit that P8 though as he comes off the last corner. Lycon leads lap 1. Grumio to the outside of Ethan and will take over the 8th position. That was the last point on offer this season, because we go back to the top 10, 25-point format next season, so that'll be fun to see. 4 points on offer once more. Fergus challenging Lucky there. Couldn't quite make the move stick as they went through turn 3, but on the run down towards 5 now, I think Lucky's more got his sights set on perhaps tackling Websy. But there goes Gaming James on the inside. There's contact there. A number of cars getting bumps there. Imri, James, I believe James, Imri, Ferguson have got a piece of that too. Not entirely sure. Connie Goblin and Lycon though pulling away here, Pope. There goes Lucky to the inside. Thinks better of it. Waits in line. Oh, contact between Imri and Fergus again. Yellow flags out. Imri off the circuit. No front wing on that Ferrari at all. As a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. And I dare say, Pope, his hopes of third place may have just gone up in smoke very quickly indeed there. Car sits in P9. Yes. But Imri's chances look very dry indeed.
Yeah, obviously. So there is 1 point between Cot and Imri. Like you said, Imri 1 point in the lead. However, you do have to say as well, they have to get second or higher because Grovey, though no longer racing with us, is still sat in P3 in the championship on 87 points.
Another yellow behind. Oh, that's a number of cars. Sorry to cut you off there, Pope.
Lord. No, it's all right. This has been crazy. Oh, Mercedes spun round. Shade, pulling out, nearly taking Lycon. It's not good. Shane's had a torrid second half of this season here, and is trying to get that car back on the way, but that is not looking good for Mercedes in their quest to get 7th in that Constructors' Championship.
And not the way I imagine Shane wanted to start his final race, to push on to lap 3 here. DRS in play. Of course, this will be the last time that DRS gets deployed on the third lap. Another yellow flag, and that's Lucky Lambo spun at the exit of turn 1. Shane goes through. Imrie, Curtis, Ethan, all in the pits. Curtis and Ethan must have got pieces, got chunks of that collision down by the hotel section. And of course, we saw Imrie lose his wing fighting with Fergus. Going up to P4 now, so that Williams car has been making moves. I think perhaps you might have heard us talking about him, Pope. Websy there in P3, Cottney in P2. Those guys in pole position to take 7th place from Mercedes, with Shane not scoring right now. Lycon, though, in the lead. That's a big 10 points that will see Aston Martin slip to dead last. So it looks as though, for the minute, AlphaTauri and Haas have the upper hand.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, what a surprise that is for the AlphaTauri team to get off bottom. I think they've been bottom this pretty much the entire season. A lot of reserve drivers taking a seat in that car because wasn't able to get the full-time drivers in on both weekends. So, yeah, Lycon really flying a flag here for AlphaTauri in their final race as AlphaTauri. And the 2 Hatters as well. They're going to be very, very happy in this position.
James pulls into the pit lane here. The other AlphaTauri will have some problem of some kind. I think I may have saw damage on his wing there. We'll see what happens. The yellow flag. That's Shane around again in the same section. Be careful on the exit here, because here comes Lucky Lambert making his way through. Looks like both cars can get away all unscathed. Lucky gets around James with ease there. Oh, hang on. It looks like Lucky's going back in the pit lane. He's lost an end plate, Pope. So again, wing damage is a critical factor so far in this race tonight. And it's really split up the field as Lucky continues to lead.
Yeah, everyone just seems to be popping in a pit lane. I don't know how many pit stops there's been already, but yeah, you wouldn't really expect wind damage that much around this circuit, but people are finding the walls, and I think the racing's been so close. This is what you get on a reverse grid finale, is to see Curtis and Ethan having an absolute beautiful ding-dong. Great move there by Ethan, up on the inside of Curtis. So yeah, very interesting to see, and Imrie is already back on the charge on those fresh set of hard tyres.
I can confirm for you, Pope, the bottom 5 own cars have made stops so far. Lucky Lambert's coming in. I believe this will be his second stop of the race. No, excuse me, I'm correct there. This was his first stop. So Lucky, Curtis, Ethan, James, and Imrie have all made the 1 stops they need. I'm being told that Curtis has a problem with his PC. It's just blue screen, so that's not a fantastic start to the race for him. Oh, as he goes over the curb there, Ethan gets fired with relative ease there in the Alpine, as they run down towards the left-hander of turn 9 once again. Grimmin making moves here to the inside of Cottney Goblin, looking for P3. He'll take P3. The champion now up into the podium places, and Fans at the fastest lap behind as well. So the 2 champs in the field are on the move here. Keep an eye on them.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Fans' last race for the foreseeable future here in RDL, so he's going to try and get a podium at the minimum, and is on the way to do so. Obviously, Lycon's on those soft tyres. They're going to start burning out ever so shortly as Imrie sets that fastest lap, 1:25.919. Obviously, a point for the fastest lap coming back as well next season, which will be interesting to see what happens further down the grid. It might bring in some strategy, but look how close these Williams and Haas cars are now. Is Grumio going to make a move? You can bet any amount of money that he will.
Pulls the inside of the racetrack here, looking to clear off both Haas machines, and he'll do just that. Grumio takes P2, and they can now begin chasing Lycon. He's made it quite a way through the field. And speaking of movers, for the last time, we'll have a look at the biggest gainers and biggest droppers this race. Pope, would you care to do the honours?
I would absolutely love to. So the biggest gainer right now is Grumio. 8 positions, wow, in 5 laps. That is fantastic, great pace, and yeah, definitely heard what we were saying in the commentary booth, no doubt. And then the biggest dropper right now is obviously Lucky with a couple of collisions and a spin and a pit stop to his name. It's going to be a really big recovery there for the Aston Martin team, who really need to get some points on the board.
They need something. I think just perhaps 1 or 2 points would secure it for them. But saying that Lycon needs to win this race more or less. 10 points will take them to 24, and considering that Haas is scoring, it'd be Aston Martin there that they'd be looking to try and snatch the place on, because they're 8 behind Aston. Aston are their closest competitors in the standings. There's 8 points separating them right now. As Gaming James sets the fastest up. Both those AlphaTauris have placed it tonight, Pope. Let's keep an eye on them as the race goes on. But So a win for AlphaTauri to take their talent to 24, which would be enough to pip Aston Martin for P9. So be, as you say, they've been on the bottom of the standings the majority of the season. So for them to get off now at the last hurdle would be quite an escape for them, I have to say.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's been a really torrid season, I would say, for that AlphaTauri team, and I think that rebranding that is expected. I mean, obviously, the first race of the season is going to be the 14th of June, I want to say it is. 17th of June, my bad.
Yeah,
17th of June.
Yes.
So they're going to be Visa Cash App RB. Oh, yellow flag. Where's that? That's a Red Bull of Fuggy. That is not good at all for someone who's been, I would say, absolutely fantastic on their return to the grid in this short period of time. Podium to his name as well in Qatar. So,
yes.
really, really good showing from Fuggy, and has had some great pace. So he's still on the points. So let's see if he will be able to get some. I'm pretty sure he will. But PJ, as you said, won last time out in Brazil. Sitting P6 now. Had a really bad start, I would say. He was quite low down, but has avoided incidents and is just getting into a routine now. Let's keep an eye on PJ. PJ and Fan might be a good battle later on.
I must keep my eye on Cott here in P7. Of course, we said going into this race, Cott was just a point back from Imrie. Right now, Cott's scoring 2 points, which is enough for him to not beat Grovey to third place, but it's enough to pip Imrie to fourth, which will be perhaps a bit to take from tonight's race going into next season. As Curtis retires, which was expected, so he's pulling into the pit lane. Curtis becomes the first retiree of the evening. Alfa Romeo, more or less safe in the constructors to my mind. Currently on 100 points. Yes, definitely safe without doubt. 100 points. They've then got McLaren 46 back from there. So they're good for the fourth place. The top four positions, or top more or less, the top five positions are all secure more or less. Alpine could potentially catch. Lucky Lambert's retired as well. Sorry, I was looking at the points there. I wasn't really paying attention. Sorry about that. Lucky retired, Pope. Can you tell us more about
that? In the pit lane as well, yeah. So I think struggling to really get back into that race, which is a shame, obviously. But that does fix Aston Martin now down to those 22 points. So, though obviously Grumio has passed Lycon for the lead, as pretty much expected, Lycon does have a really good chance now to beat Aston Martin. Fuggy's retired.
He's out. On the main straight. What's happened? Oh, he's crashed.
Oh, yeah, it's a big crash, that.
And I'm surprised that's not a full safety car, given that he's smack bang in the middle of the front straight. Wait, no, there it is. I see the safety car. Yes, we're under full safety car for the first time tonight here on lap number 8. And that'll bring our tally for the drivers left in the race down to 11 drivers in the Grand Prix. This will push Imrie up to P9. He'll place out the points, but with that penalty, crucially. Safety car's out. Shane is in for tyres. So I'll bring things back to the tyre graphic on your screen. So we'll see what everyone's looking at now. Grumio is, I imagine, perhaps a bit frustrated there because he was starting to build a lead and now he can't quite continue about his business in that respect.
No, I think you're right there as well. Lycon gets a really good opportunity to pit onto those hard tyres and take them to the end as well. I think a lot of drivers will do that, but Lycon's really made the most out of having those soft tyres on the car. So very interesting to see that. And yeah, obviously not many drivers, so there isn't too much to talk about, which I think in the last race is a bit of a shame. However, we have so much to think about and to talk about going into next season as well. I think that's going to be really, really interesting. And obviously, yeah, you can see all the drivers pulling into pits. I'm going to presume for hard tyres. It's going to be really exciting. Obviously, a lot of new changes to the new F1 game that everyone's getting used to. I get my hands on it tomorrow, actually. Ooh. Tomorrow evening, so I'm very excited on that. So, yeah, a lot of people find out how to drive the car, and obviously the most crucial thing is the ERS, I believe. That's what I've been hearing. The ERS will be crucial.
You would be correct there, Pope. And of course, for those of you who have not seen the new game yet and want to have a glimpse of what you'll be looking forward to when you do get your hands on it, of course, my first episodes of Career Mode are out on the channel. So make sure to go and tune in to those. We've got a new one dropping tomorrow if I can finish editing it tonight. So that's my plug for the race, as we always enjoy to do.
It was fantastic, yeah. Make sure you subscribe as well, turn the notifications on to see it as soon as it drops tomorrow. And yeah, RB, I believe that you're with in your career mode.
I was going to ask you, we've been watching them, but Pope, who did I drive for in F2?
You drove for, was it? Now,
And it's a toughie.
I was going to say,
It's a toughie because they're
say
all Red Bull liveries.
yeah, I had, is it Carlin?
There we go. Well done.
Yeah, see,
Well.
I'm an avid Zach RC enjoyer.
And if you want to be as legendary as Pope himself, who is of course an avid Zach RC enjoyer, I'd say mosey on down to that button, that little red button that says subscribe. Go ahead and tap that, give it a little tickle, and then and ring the bell as
that
well.
Was horrible.
Sorry,
Why did you say give it a little tickle?
I'm trying new things.
That's terrible.
I'm trying new things, okay? I'm trying new things.
I wouldn't try that one again.
Okay, we'll file that one on the maybe. Yeah, so go ahead. Okay, fine. Punch the daylights out of the subscribe button, and then we'll and then ring the bell to turn notifications as to when I do post that video, because there'll be a lot more coming, as well as obviously RDL streams, or hopefully all of next season. Hopefully there won't be a race I miss this time around. We'll be looking at a repeat of season 14 where I commentate on every last moment of action, and hopefully we can get someone in alongside me to sort of take Pope's place.
I mean, yeah, it'd be very hard to fill my boots, no doubt, but back racing next season. Back racing next season, I'm very excited for it, no doubt. And yeah, obviously, like I say, we are losing 5 drivers, as we mentioned too, and it's a shame. But we do have replacements. We have a full grid going into next season, and that's what I enjoy about a new season, a new game. It's always a full grid.
Indeed, yes.
So it's really pushing your car to the limits. And who's gonna push the car to the limits tonight, though? That's my question. For the final race in F123, Zach, who do you think's gonna win?
Hart says, I want one of the drivers who are leaving to win. I want one of Fan, Lycon, or Shane to win. One of those three. Just give him a nice send-off. I think Lycon and Fan put my best bet to that. Shane has had a fantastic race so far. But you know what? He's back in the action now, so you never know. So he could see him cap off with a win. You never know. But I think my head says Grumio, to be honest. He's there now. There's been less of a field to work through, so he's now up at the front with ease. He's on those hard tyres, so I'm actually going to the end on those. Lycon, I can't see him going all the way to the second flag on those tyres without struggling to some degree. And of course, also look at the Haas cars who are trying to swipe P7, and they're on course to do so right now with both Websy and Connie in the points. But of course, Connie with that penalty, so we'll keep an eye on him over the rest of the race. Pope, who have you got down to win?
That's a tough one. I think Grumio is probably the most predictable one, but I want to say Websy. Because this time last season, he was fighting that championship with the person right behind Fan. We get a repeat, actually.
Oh, yes, please.
With those two next to each other.
Okay.
On the restart. So, that's good. But I think Websy, he knows how to nurse tyres. He knows how to nurse a race, really. He's the best on the grid, in my opinion, to just keep calm, consistent. It's unbelievable. And obviously, he's partnering Cott down in P7 next season. That is a team to keep your eye on.
Without doubt. For now, though, we'll turn our eyes back to the racing and back to this restart. 19 laps to go across the line. It's Grumio who leads from Lycon and Websy. We'll see when the champ chooses to go. Now he's going for it here. Away goes the record champion up. We can call him the current champion now as well. So no longer has to call him former champ. Grumio leads us back to the green flag here. Underway at lap 11 once more. Lycon there in second place. Websy in third. Fan fourth. PJ fifth. Cotney sixth. Cott seventh. Gaming James 8th, Imri 9th, Shane 10th, and Ethan 11th. Oh, Grumio penalty. That's a
Grumio
big
penalty.
That's a rare occasion. That's a big moment.
One.
Wow.
That's very interesting. But that's what happens when you fight for the midfield. You kind of do get pushed wide every so often. You have a lot of understeer. You're following cars, so you do go wide. That's the thing that you get with these reverse grids, and that is just going to light up for the rest of the grid. Lycon especially, who is charging towards that Williams.
Lycon wants the lead. Off the corner they come. Half second separating now, but of course Lycon's on those medium tyres. If he can keep in range, and then when the DRS gets back into play, then I bet he'll have a fair shot taking the lead back for himself. But he might try and do it here, you know. He's closing in. No battery required. He's on. Oh, he's almost the inside of Grumio. He backs out of it though. Waits for a better opportunity. Emery back into P8 there. He's still fighting Cotney Goblin. Cott into 5th. He's got around PJ for company. There he goes, Cott into P5, once more the Alfa Romeo pushing through the order and looking right now, still not enough to take Grumio for third place, but for fourth right now, he's over Imri for the minute. He's got Fan, his next target there. in front of him, the still reigning champion for one more race. While he has technically lost the crown already, of course he is still the champion until next season starts. Grumio leads them, but Lycon is hot on his heels, Pope.
Yeah, Lycon's shown a real turn of pace here in his AlphaTauri. It's nice to see the car that I've raced in a couple times this season as well show some wicked pace. It is a handful to drive, no doubt, probably the hardest on the grid in my experience. So let's see if he can make a move going down into turn 6. We'll have to keep eyes on that. But another couple moves here. PJ up the inside. Oh, nearly tried to make a move up the inside of Emery, but Emery sweeping it around the outside.
Emery
on those medium tyres.
Oh, here comes Gaming James fighting back into the ball to the inside of PJ, and now to the inside of Emery, moving it close enough into the braking zone. Doesn't quite go for it. He's side by side with the Alpine as they run through turn 6 and now 7. That pack, or that little train, is now back into order once again. Emery P6, James P7, PJ P8. There goes Cott on the outside of the inside of C110P fans. They run towards turn 9. The fan moves back into line. Might try and come back at the Dutchman as they go into the corner, but Cott stays in front for the minute, and he will maintain 4th place. Websy now in 3rd and chasing Lycon and Grumio. Those guys running together nose to tail right now, and Grumio has not been allowed to get away. It's one of those races, Pope, where Grumio perhaps isn't allowed to run off into the sunset just yet. He's had to fight a bit more first. He's had to fight these two off before he can even think about running off with what will be his 9th and final victory of the season.
Indeed, indeed, and obviously Cart has been seeing in his past few races how good he feels around this Abu Dhabi circuit, and he's showing that now. P4 is chasing down. I think he would have just got a warning though on the exit turn 1 for going over that white line. So keep an eye on a penalty coming Cott's way if he extends out a little bit more. But yeah, they're all 5 temps gap. This is going to be really interesting to see now with DRS activated. One battle that's good as well is you got Fan, Imri and Gaming James. Keep an eye on them. You can see Imri's light already flashing. That's not recharging the ERS. We don't have that in this year's game. Next year we do, but that is showing that he has 0% ERS remaining.
Ouch. And that is not a place you want to be in at all if you're chasing a former champion of the series. DRS in play once again. I think Cott might try and go for Websy too if he gets close enough. Lycon perhaps going for the lead here. It's the inside of the racetrack, pushing it towards the wall. Lycon taking the lead for the minute. They're side by side through the corner, getting very close to contact. But Lycon in front by half a car as they run towards the hotel section. Grumio's going to have the inside. Can he outbrake the AlphaTauri? He can for the minute, but Lycon's still there. Falls out of favour. And Lycon down to P2, but Grumio will not be allowed to pull away. So he gets a penalty there. And that should allow Cott into a net P3 for the minute, or net P2 rather. As it stands right now, this would be enough, I believe, for Cott to take Grumio for 3rd in the championship.
Yes, you would be correct. Yeah. Cott will be taking Grovey on wing count back, I believe it would be. So
yes.
They would both be on 87 points.
Ah, yes, because he's got a point less, hasn't he? Yeah, you are right. I thought it was being
I'm absolutely popping off with these stats today.
Well, it took you over a year to finally figure it out, so I'm pleased. Oh, contact behind! Oh, I tried to draw attention away. Fan and James collide off of turn 5, and there goes James back at him though. He's charging alongside the McLaren, looking to bring it fully even as they run towards the braking zone. Cott takes everything for 3rd. Up the inside goes Gaming James, and out breaks Fan. That was very impressive. Now let's see what we can do with Imri. If Imri's not too focused on trying to take Websy first. Websy still closing on Cott, trying to make something happen there. Grumio comes back with Lycon for the lead here, but Lycon is just about holding him off for the minute. Grumio cannot pull alongside. Cott in P3 now, so without doubt he's in net P2. Grumio is now chasing Lycon, who I imagine is probably running for his life right now as they make their way towards the hotel once again.
Yeah, seeing that Williams in your rearview mirror must be terrifying. For Lycon. I had it not too long ago in Mexico, and it does give you quite a fright, but Lycon is really showing some incredible guile in his last race. This is fantastic to see. And in Cott, coming into... This might help Lycon actually, with Cott and Grumio might start fighting. Let's keep an eye on that. This might help Lycon.
Grumio's got to ensure he doesn't fall back into the clutches. The Alfa Romeo has given him so much trouble, especially in the second half of the season, because these two have gone back and forth, especially in qualifying, over the course of the last few races or so. Cott's been the one largely on top there. He's been pole position pageant over the course of this last season or so. He's been really good in qualifying. Perhaps the race results have been excellent recently, but the perhaps the first half of the season left a lot to be desired for the driver who, of course, did so well on his debut. As Grimio pulls the inside of the racetrack, looking for the lead back, and he can outbrake Lycon going in. They're side by side, and Lycon might get the drive off here. He's on the inside of the racetrack. Oh, over the curb there.
Ooh.
And also there's contact, but Grimio and Cott now without doubt making contact, and Webbsy might try and thread the needle between the pair of them here. Webbsy closing, he's got it over Cott. Grimio closing on Lycon. Will he go for the lead? Not going to do it just yet. I thought he's going to look to the outside from over there. Webbsy seeking a chance, trying to pull inside, but Grimio can't do it. Imri and Gaming James side by side behind them. Got a 6-car train here, Pope, without interruption, and Fan can join the fight as well. PJ not too far back either.
This is fantastic. This is what you want to see in these reverse grid finales. Yeah, Imri nearly outbroke himself and crashed into the back of Cott, but was able to avoid it. Incredible car skill there from Imri. And now Gaming James is here, who's been wicked. He's got great pace, but not the consistency that we have seen over the time here in RDL. But Gaming James is showing how good he is today. That both AlphaTauris are. Let's give it to them. They've been absolutely fantastic. And like you say, 6-car train now. This is incredible.
Fantastic to see. We'll see how Lycon gets on, if any, of all these cars then as he makes his way through turn 5. Grimio might try and take him on the exit, to be fair. He may have to use some of that battery in order to try and avoid being taken with ease here. But Grimio breaking out the toe, and a few cars following him. I'm always getting a sense of Daytona, like NASCAR almost, with the two lines forming on the racetrack as they run down the backstretch towards turn at number 6. And there goes Webbsy into 3rd place, and there goes James looking at Cott, but Imri coming back at him now. DRS in play, both of them side by side once again as he runs towards 9. And here comes Grimio. Will he go for the lead this time? He can't get close enough. He just didn't get enough of an exit that he needed. And Webbsy is seeking out any sort of opportunity he can use to break in and try and now place in both these two cars as they run through towards the hotel once again. We've got 13 laps of drama left to go, Pope, but I think based on tyres, we could go all the way here. So we could have an uninterrupted 13 laps of what's almost like an esports train, if you will.
I would love this, yeah. 6 has just turned into 7 as well as C110P fan. In his last race, he says, I want a bit of this action too. And he's joined in with this gaggle of cars. And obviously, these guys are all fighting. This is going to leave PJ to join in as well. And then hopefully Shane. So we could see all 11 drivers at some point get caught up in this train. This is what reverse grids are about.
It'd be fantastic to see if we could get that. Shane for the minute, though, 4.2 back from PJ in 8th, who's 2 seconds off the top 7 as it is. So it's hoping, but here's hoping that thought comes good in the later stages of the Grand Prix. Perhaps if we get a safety car, that could really bring things together. And James is taking Cott for P4. They're side by side on the exit of turn 5. DRS deployed for both cars. Nothing separates them. They're dead even as Grimio goes to lead off Lycon. He's going to take it too on the run towards the corner. Grimio takes the lead. James up in front of Cott outright as they go towards the braking zone once again. And it looks like he's got it for the minute. But we'll see if see if Cott can come back at him. I don't know why. Sorry, I'm used to the Alfa Romeo there. I'm not sure what happened there. But regardless, Grimio there now being chased by Lycon. It's the other way around, but this time Lycon can't go for an attack. He's not close enough. I'll tell you what though, Lycon can't spend those medium tyres too much. I think the same goes for Cott and Imri, because those guys will be struggling for grip as it is in the late stages. So those medium tyres are only meant to run about 12 to 14 laps or so. So I think going about 20 on them probably won't do them much good.
No, yeah, maybe 15 at a push. Obviously, we saw the soft tyres last up to 8 laps, so I think you probably could push the soft to 10, mediums to 15, hard to 20, I would say.
I'd say it, yeah. I think I've kind of sort of been. There's never been a set number in terms of how long certain tyres can go, but it's sort of been figured out by the community. But soft stuff about 8 to 10, mediums about anywhere between 10 and perhaps 15, and then hard probably going to about 18 to 24, I think.
I mean, yeah, obviously it all depends on the driver as well. Defending as Grimio was absolutely bolted away from this pack now.
He's pulled out of DRS range.
So, yeah, Lycon is out of DRS, and that now leaves the rest of these to squabble it out for P2. Webbsy with a penalty. So Webbsy really does have to try and get ahead. Ooh, backs out. Smart by Webbsy, actually, to get DRS on the second straight. Let's see if he makes a move. But Gaming James is in an AlphaTauri sandwich, is Webbsy. It's going to be really, really hard to get a move off, but he does it. Moves to the outside of Lycon. He says, I'll have that going into turn 9. Can he swing it in front? Yes, he can. P2 for the Haas car.
Webbsy goes from being the filling to being the crust on that sandwich. and makes his way into P2. That probably wasn't fantastic either. Grumio actually needs to pull away at this stage because remember he's got a 3-second penalty as his Websy. So Lycon's in a net P1 right now. While James can't score points as he's a reserve, it is an AlphaTauri 1-2 as it stands. As Cot gets a penalty too, so that'll be big for his fight with Imri. We haven't discussed that much in the last few laps, but oh, here we go. James in the pit. Oh, sorry, who's in the pit lane? It's Lycon who's in the pits, and that could be big for AlphaTauri because, of course, they need him to win this race in order to pip Aston Martin. The second place won't do it because, of course, that'll just tie for position. He needs to win the race, and he's in a position to do that. But medium tyres go back on that car, and managed to go to the end on those. Grumio leads again.
Yeah, Grumio, I find it's incredible that he had a 1.2 gap going into the back straight on lap 18. It's not really gained too much. No. So I think these guys are going to use this DRS trade to try and close that gap back up with Grumio, as obviously makes the move on Gaming James, but does have that time penalty. And C110P fan in P5. Look at this. This is incredible racing.
It's fantastic stuff, and Grumio, the pack behind it, definitely keeping him polite right now. Only 1.3, but expect a lot more out of the champion normally. But I suppose this is no normal race, but this is the reverse grid finale. This is what we love to see. Lycon is now at the tail end of the training. He's about 3 seconds back from Cotley Goblin in P10. Of course, Lycon's got a penalty to think about now. I don't know if you noticed, but he got one going through the last couple of corners before he made his stop. So, majority of cars with penalties to hit. That'll leave Gaming James in the lead right now. And Fan will nab the full points this rate. I think Ruddy's within 3 seconds. He's only just outside of the 3-second range. But if he gains a 10th or 2, if he catches up to James, then he'll get the full 10 points for the win because James is a reserve and the 3 cars in front will have penalties. So that'll be a way to go.
Oh my lord, yeah. I think anyway. Maybe hold on. Wouldn't just. Oh yeah, no, it would now by.
Yeah, yeah, it's close. It's close.
By a 10th. Oh, this has just got even tastier.
The thing is, we've never seen in all my time in this commentary. Of course, we've seen direct fights to the line for position with a race side by penalty. Of course, it was Websy and Fan who went side by side for second at Zandvoort last season, while Che went on to win the race in front of him. But Che had a penalty. It was, I believe, just 2,000th of a second that separated the pair of them over the line. We've never had a winning margin anywhere near that close with a time penalty in play. Wouldn't that be something for your last race battle?
I mean, what a way to send off this game as Cot makes that move ahead of Websy into P2 and is going to eye up the champion Grumio. Claiming that 7th championship. Yeah, that's ridiculous numbers. Ridiculous numbers.
That's
in
almost
16 seasons.
Almost half the titles we've driven, Grumio has won them.
That is ridiculous, and we'll see what happens next season. Obviously, a lot of people. It's got a brand new game, brand new handling model. No one knows how it's going to drive, and there's going to be another big change coming up. So no one knows who's going to be even fighting next season. And
of course, we had the sense of discussion after the end of last year's game. Of course, I think, to be frank, no one had a Websy on their bingo card to give the leaders a run for their money, but he did just that, and he was there to the last race, fighting for the title with the same pace he's exhibiting today. But of course, things ended cruelly for him. That spin very early on after a collision with, I believe it was PJ Khaled who collided with him, going through turn 6. He was stopped backwards, and that brought an end to his championship pursuit on a day where he could have narrowly picked Fan to the post. But of course, Fan went on to clinch the title, and now he's enjoying the last race of his reign. He's got 8 laps to savour being the champion of the series before he bids farewell to it for the time being. The Imri's all over him though, looking for P5. Look at him go, Pope.
I know, this is incredible. Obviously, still low on ERS, not really able to recover much around this circuit. But, Gaming James making a move on Websy right before turn 9. They are loving the move right before turn 9, these guys, and it looks spectacular. Gaming James slide.
Good save.
Whoa. Incredible, and Websy pips back into P3. This is just getting even tasty. I'm just loving this, absolutely loving this.
So it's as you were once again for that train running from P3 to P6. Fan and James are the ones to keep an eye on right now. They sit just outside of the threshold they need in order to claim a 1-2 in this race. Lycon though is down there, 16 seconds back from the lead. He needs something to happen to these guys late on. He needs to run a late stop. I think everyone's going to try and go to the end here. He needs those fresh tyres to come good. But here comes Ethan into the pit lane here.
on the same age tyres Imri and Cott are on. Keep that in mind. That might be saying these tyres are just dying a little bit too much as the soft tyres get bolted on for a last sprint finish there for Ethan. Will we see the same for P6 and P2? We'll have to see. But Cott is using every little bit of those tyres. Back in DRS. Will he make a move up the inside of Grumio? No. He stays behind and tries to eye up that move onto turn 9. I believe he'll make the move.
DRS in play once again here. They run towards turn 9. Look at these guys. Almost 3 seconds in front of Websy. These two are pulling away. They've been the class of the field tonight. As there goes James to the outside of Websy once again. Cott stays in line. Websy into P3. Sorry, James into P3. One thing I've just clock poke. Sorry, I hate to break the flow here, but this has been the first race here at Abu Dhabi in almost 2 years of commentary in which we've done the first lap and the camera angles have actually followed the drivers. Because you've seen it before where we're on that initial camera that's covering the starting grid as they go towards turn 1, and it's just sort of stuck on that camera and it's trying to follow them all the way around. You've seen that before. We had to resort to the onboard camera for the first lap. We didn't have that this time around. I've just realised that.
They fixed the game. Giving their money. Giving it a £70.
Well,
what an upgrade.
If that's not a sign for F1 24, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what is. 7 laps to go. Grumio leads Cott. James just out of range for that right now. He needs a little bit more to try and break into that range once again, or to hope both these cars in front to get another penalty, which is unlikely given how well they've run each other. Unless, of course, they run each other off the circuit. What are the odds of that? Cott charges towards Grumio once again, looking to go on the attack as they run towards turn 6. He's put balls to the left-hand side of the racetrack. Those medium tyres breezing past Grumio's hards. Cott gets clear before we even reach the corner, but Grumio can come back at him now on the DRS himself, so Cott will get a taste of his own medicine as Fan and Websy go dueling for P4. Fan over the curb, no contact made, both of them keeping it very clean. 2 veterans of the series as they run towards turn 9 now. And Grumio retakes the lead, they're side by side. He jumps in front of Cott. And here comes Fan to the inside of Websy, Mike to the inside, James too. James penalty. And that'll move Fan into the catbird seat now as they run off, contact off turn 9. A bit of wheel banging between Fan and Websy, but I think Fan now has got to get his skates on and get away from this train. Everyone around him's got a penalty as it stands. Cott is good for second in the championship at the minute. Sorry, for third in the championship because he is there. You say he needed second, didn't he? He's enough to tie him to tie Grovey on countbacks. This is what he needs. He's good for the minute.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, obviously countback is the crucial thing, and I mean, I believe anyway. I think they would anyway. Obviously, Grovey no longer racing here. They would still get P3, no doubt. But Imri with a 3-second time penalty.
That's of course added to the 10 seconds he received in the opening laps after that. Got the cut in the corner after the contact with Fergus. Fan though, he's 5.5 off the lead. Ethan sets the fastest lap. Those soft tyres working their magic right now. We've got 6 laps. Can Fan drag that 2.5 back somehow and win this race? That's a wait and see.
It's going to be tough. It is going to be tough, but nonetheless, he's settling very nice for a podium here, which would be fantastic way to cap off. I think he's had probably one of the most unlucky seasons I've seen ever, and to finish it off with a podium will be amazing for him, no doubt.
Do you really want to say that when JB's season's right there? I mean, after all the 9th and 10th place finishes, that would have been points in the old format. Because we've said that.
That is true.
Cott may have locked up there. Big mistake from the Alfa Romeo. He's out of DRS range. He's got to close that back in. 1.3.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to close back in as well on those worn tyres. Maybe that's a sign of the tyres just fading that little bit too much. But this now looks all set game match for Grumio, the person who has been the cream of the crop on this year's game.
As he runs through.
Once again, we have to ask ourselves the same question after every season. Who is going to knock him off the perch?
Can anyone match Grumio, perhaps? Is that the line we use?
Yeah. Can anyone match? Well, they're going to have to do more than match.
Have to beat him. I'm yet to see... only one driver I've ever seen beat Grumio in a straight fight for the championship, and that is Landlord. And he did that back in season 12. Because obviously you beat him while he was on the grid, but you are yet to face Grumio head on for the title, are you not?
That is actually true. Yeah, I've never had a full season where I've been able to actually compete.
Is that next season?
I mean, let's hope so. I mean, this year's game pace was great for the very little time I did. I think I did 10 races altogether on this year's game, which is crazy. It actually is just remarkable how little I played it.
For the record, that's more than I did in career mode.
That's even more crazy.
For a content creator, that's torrid. I've done more of these streams than I have career mode videos on this game.
That is remarkable.
Fan Imri side by side here. Jeez, there you
go. Ooh.
They're even. What do you give, boys? Come on. Imri takes P5. And Fan knows he's set for a podium, but right now falling back from Websy and James. And Cott is 2 seconds back from Grimio. I dare say, Pope, this race might be over. And Grimio might be about to win it. This could be win number 9 on the season. As he leads the series in victories once again. Knocked off his perks last season. Returning to it this time around.
Indeed, yeah, and yeah, this is just incredible. But I think those tyres have really hit an edge, those medium tyres, that I think we're going to see Imri fall foul to that shortly as well. But what a crazy top 8 this is, actually. Lycon, PJ, Fan, a couple of the same people, Imri, Cott, and Grumio. But Gaming James and Websy, great to see some different faces up there. Oh, lovely little switchback there by Fan. Is he able to get the drive? Not great, but it's
hello!
Move on Imri.
Wow, what a move from Fan. Bringing it right back over to the side of the racetrack. So Websy and James go side by side for P3 in front of them. Up the racetrack go both cars. They keep it within the white lines instead of Websy over the curb slightly. Lycon into P7 around the outside of PJ, but in terms of that championship, it is too little too late. I think more or less it is guaranteed at this point with 3 laps to go. Yellow flag. That's Imri around.
Imri.
Big safety car's out.
Too late. Oh my.
Safety car deployed, and I think that's come at the last possible moment. Wow. Pope, we're gonna have one lap of racing to decide this reverse grid finale, and Fan will be smelling victory because he is there. No penalties to his name. If he can catch the pack, he may be on to win this race.
C110P Fan, how's your nerve? This is it. Soft tyres bolted on. The front 2 are past the safety car. This is crucial. The front 2, if they were not past that safety car and the rest of the grid could have hit, they would be in deep, deep water. They still are in deep, deep water, but we'll be able to get that pit stop off. Oh my lord, look at everyone on those soft tyres.
This last stop is going to be
crucial. How is your nerve, ladies and gentlemen, on your final race on this game?
It's time to find out.
Final race of the season. You do normally see people push that line a little bit further.
Now just imagine for a second, Pope, what would happen if Grimio and Lando were still dueling for the championship? Imagine what happened there. Imagine if Lando won last week's race and this is the situation we're faced with.
Oh my lord.
Oh.
That would be remarkable.
It's not worth thinking about. We'll get too excited. We had enough excitement in this race so far tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, in terms of... Because I imagine Grimio and Cott will both stay out. For regards to they'll pit, rather. I dare say it comes down to this. Because a penalty now for the pit stops would be your undoing completely, given the sit back the pack behind. Grimio's in. Cott is in. Both cars coming in. Careful on the penalties, boys. Just be careful. Both slowing all the way right out. Yep, penalties, they're all safe. James is on his way through. He's on those fresh softs. Everyone's on fresh softs. This is gonna be a doozy of a finish here, ladies and gentlemen. I should think that at least 5 or 6 cars will close up and give us a finish. Crucially, Fan will be hoping he closes up. Is the delta off? I don't think it is just yet. I see no reason why the guys are slow. I think it goes off when the leaders catch the safety car, no?
Say again, sorry?
I believe the delta stops when the leaders catch the safety car. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay, so I dare say we'll get at least 6 or 7 cars that have a chance to win this race. It could be down to Fan versus PJ, but the only 2 cars left without penalties in this race. Could PJ, from here, somehow nab win number 2 on the trot? You spend so long waiting for one bus and 2 shop at once. It could be the case today. Imri's out.
And Imri in the pit lane. Not too sure on that why.
But that will more or less confirm Cott taking P3, provided that he finishes this race in the top 8, which he most likely will. It's going to be close though, because he'll drop 2 places, maybe even 3 because of the penalty. So chances are he won't beat Grovey. Grovey looks set for P3 in the standings. But wow, okay, so the majority of cars are going to close in here. We could get everyone back except for Courtney Goblin, who I think may just be run out of steam here. But Pope, honestly, I'm thinking, as this is your last race, I do kind of want to leave this last lap all to you to get one last moment of Pope glory in. Are you willing to take that challenge?
I will love to take that challenge. That would be remarkable.
Take everything you've learned from hearing me over the last year or so, last over a year, and I want you to put your heart and soul into this last lap. Make this your lap, okay? The last lap of your commentary career, Pope. Please, I beg of you, make it count. Take it away.
I most
I'm not going to say a word. Take it away.
Will. Not too sure if Courtney Goblin will make it in time, so we have 9 drivers fighting out for this race win. It's looking like it's going to go between Fan and PJ on penalty limit, really. Let's get that leader gap sorted. It's going to be a close one. Abu Dhabi 2021, eat your heart out as we are go. Grumio sets off, great gap already towards Cott as we start the final lap of this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Get your popcorn ready, get your drinks ready as we are ready to go. Everyone's going to use their battery 100%. Let's get this going. Turn 1, everyone keeps it clean. All cars are slightly spread out. We see further back Websy, Lycon, and PJ very, very close. But at top 3, it's all down to if Fan is within 3 seconds of Grumio. It's currently 2 seconds as we hit turn 5. Going around that left-hander, using everything on exit. You see Shane making a move, battle with Ethan. Shane in a points position for Mercedes going to be crucial in that constructors fight as Websy in P5 is leading a charge for Haas. But Lycon round the outside. Oh, contact! Websy having a half spin. Is PJ going to make a move? No, he does not. Lycon gets that move ahead of Websy as Grumio set to take the 9th victory on track. However, it is looking like the McLaren, the champion of season 15, will be on the top step of that podium for his final race for the foreseeable future. Red lights flashing on a couple of the cars as they have drained all their ERS. Not more action, but this has been qualifying laps galore for these drivers. As it's closing down, that gap is closing. As we are about to go through the final corner on the final time on this game. Grumio takes the win on track, 122.4. But C110P Fan, in his final race, the champion of last season, had a torrid season this year, but what a way to end it on this game. Takes P1 in that championship and ultimately doesn't get P3, but does pip Imri to P4 in that constructor standings. C110P Fan, I asked you how your nerve was. Nerves of steel.
And there we have it. Season 16, Touch Me Pope, that is your commentary career. Congratulations. And congrats to Fan. I said it. I said my heart wanted one of those guys who's leaving us to win, and Fan has done just that. Penalties may have decided it in the end, but C110P Fan, season 15 champion, gets one more win for his tally. What I imagine will be an emotional last victory before he says goodbye to this league. That was just wow. I'm speechless. We got such a late finish there, and Fan wins it. Grumio second, Cott in third. Those guys did just enough to maintain the podium. Grumio wins the championship, but Fan gets one last moment on top of the podium there. Lifts the trophy aloft for McLaren, and I dare say there'll be a fair bit more success for that team, both in real life and in RDL. And all the action is coming your way in this very same place in 2 weeks' time. We get back to Bahrain for the opening race of season 17. We'll go through your final results here before we cap things off. If the game will let me have the results this time. I've got 20 seconds to go through them, provided that I actually allows to show them. I'm hoping that this is fixed for the next game, because I swear to God, I can't be doing this final result thing again. That just can't be happening. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to get results. That's just fantastic. Thank you, F123. Well, that will more or less cap us off then. And of course, we will go through. There is your graphic. We can now show on stream. Sally Grumio is your season 16 drivers champion, but Fan wins the race, and we'll now open things up for the final post-race interviews of the season. Pope, give me your thoughts on that one.
Unbelievable. And in the constructors battle, Mercedes still stay in P7. which is crucial for them, with obviously Shane taking P5 without reserves. So Mercedes were still in P7. I'm not too sure about the rest of the field, I do apologise, but I am in just complete shock. Thank you so much for letting me do that final lap. That was magical, no doubt. And yes, obviously, Fan taking that top step at the podium
Well, we have our
is incredible.
Okay, we have our first interview in. Cot, podium finish mates cap you off at the end of the season. P4 on the challenge at the end. It wasn't quite enough to pick Grover to post to P3, but still, exciting race. Talk us through it. Oh, hang on, and it would not be a Cot interview if this didn't happen. Right, okay, we'll have to wait on that one.
You can interview me, why not?
Pope, well, that was bizarre. Oh, hello, no, never mind. We have our race winner. We have our race winner, and for the first time in quite a while, reigning champion no more, Fan, unfortunately, but you will be a champion forever in history of RDL, and a win in your last race. Mate, how are you feeling right now?
Mixed emotions, mate. Mixed emotions. Like I said, it's my last F1 race probably ever.
Sorry, what? Last one ever?
Yeah. This is my retirement officially.
Oh, what? I had no clue.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even more touching. You won your last race ever. Oh my god.
Well, I haven't, because Grumio seems keen to get that penalty removed.
No. We're calling it on stream, Fan. We're calling it on stream. We call the shots here. No. You are the race winner. I'm calling it here on stream. You're the race winner.
Okay. All right.
Talk us through the race, mate. Come on.
5 minutes. It was a bit of a funny one today. There was some wild driving at the start. I don't know how much you guys thought, but those first few laps were just about surviving. I've obviously had a pretty... Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Sorry, JB. I've had a pretty shite season all round. I think it's probably been pretty clear how little time and effort I've had to put into practice, which is sort of part of the reason why I'm giving it all up after this. But yeah, it was just about surviving at the start. I really didn't want my last race to end in an early bath, so I was just trying to survive. And then there was a few times, I think before that, the penultimate, was it the first safety car? How many safety cars were there? 2 or 3? Two. Before that first one, things were looking pretty handy. I was just going to be happy with the podium today. I haven't had one all season. So yeah, I was running pretty well at that point, and then that first safety car came out and things got a bit dicey again because people are trying to make up positions. And then at the end, I knew I would be on the podium. There was a few guys ahead of me that had penalties, so I was just sort of hanging with them. I'd been saving my battery up as well, so I was going to try and get them on track if I could. And then obviously that last safety car came out, so it was just about trying to hang on. But I didn't know whether Grumio had any penalties or not. I knew the 2 guys ahead did, so I was just pushing as hard as I could, just in case, and it seems to have paid off.
Fair enough. I mean, what I do ask, if you can, give me almost your exact reactions to when that safety car came out with 2 laps to go. Because I mean, that was almost won the race for you.
I actually swore I didn't want the safety car.
Really?
Didn't want to, because I didn't know that Grumio had a penalty, but I knew the 2 guys ahead of me did. So I was just interested in them. So I wasn't actually that bothered about the safety car. I was more worried then about being overtaken from behind and losing time from that to the guys ahead of me that had penalties. So yeah, I wasn't actually that happy. Obviously, in hindsight, good luck. But yeah, at the time, I wasn't so buzzing for it.
Fair enough. I mean, it's a good way to cap things off. I mean, saying exactly. That. Oh, sorry, go on. Is that what you saying?
No, I was just saying it's a good way to finish off. It's a nice bookend to the old F1 career. And
it is at this point, Fan, that obviously I do want to thank you personally, because not only have you been fantastic here, but you are the person who got my first gig in commentary, which and also in a way got me into this league at the same time.
You got that yourself, mate. You got that yourself. Your your work speaks for you. So, no need to thank me.
You brought me in to TRL back in October 2021. That's how long it's been now. It's now June 2024. So I mean, you bringing me in kickstarted the last like 2.5 years of my life doing this. So I do have to thank you personally for actually bringing me in and giving me the opportunity to actually then come and do this league as well. And of course, while TRL will live on our hearts forever. Pope, shut up, man. This is a touching moment. I didn't realise this is his last race ever. Okay. And you've won the race.
That's very sweet.
And look, because for a long time, fan, I took the mix saying, I'd never see you win. You made me hit puberty a second time. The commentary when you first won back in TRL, and of course I got to watch you win the championship as well. I've seen you win 2 championships in the space of a year, which is impressive. So, but yeah, just props to you, mate. We're gonna miss having you about.
No, like I've said before, and you know, I was gonna put a message in the group, but I'll say thank you here too. Like, obviously, thanks to guys like you two that, I mean, you don't have to commentate. Like Pope, Zach, I know you've got a YouTube channel, but Pope especially, like, you're just giving up your free time to do it, and JB and Ethan and PJ as well. Like, you know, those are the guys that need thanking, because they're the guys that give their time up to give people like you a platform, or give everyone else an opportunity to race. So obviously I really appreciate it. I miss you two, obviously. You know, I miss everyone in RDL, but you know, I've known you two a little bit longer than that through other means, BJ, guys like that who I've known for years. So I will miss it on a personal level. I think I'm ready to move away from F1 racing, but it's the right time.
You'll stay in touch though, right? And you'll still maybe watch the races here and there.
But I'm trying to get a like and subscribe.
Hey, mate, it's been 2.5 years. If you're not subscribed by now, that's a problem.
I don't know if I am. I'll have to double check.
Whoa, hang on. No, you're gonna turn your phone and check now, because I'm not having that.
I mean, I could tell you that I've checked and that I'm subscribed, and you'd know no different. So.
Well, actually, no. I'll look at my YouTube studio and I'll refresh it, see if the number changes.
We'll leave it at that I am subscribed.
Yeah, I just.
But no, I won't be a stranger. I don't know whether I'm allowed to stay in the server or not. We'll see.
I'd remember.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. I do.
Sure.
Well, that then I do have one last question. That's all right. So with the race, with the retire from racing, what's next for C110B fan? What's going on? What's happening next in your life?
Hang on, sorry, you said.
Oh?
No. Sorry, my girlfriend's gone.
That's what's going on.
She's celebrating the freeing up of Monday nights in my home.
The joyous
sorry,
one.
what was the question? Zach?
So with your retirement from racing after an illustrious career, what's next for C110B fan? What's the next stage of your life?
I mean, I'm not giving up racing in general. Just F1, so I still do a lot of iRacing, and I'll be sort of doing more of that. It's just, I mean, you know, I'm 32 now, soon to be 33. Just adult life gets in the way. We've bought a new house, so we're moving soon. It's just work's busy. It's just my schedule doesn't really work for it anymore. I probably wouldn't give it up. I didn't feel like I had to, but I can't put the time into it anymore. And I think you've seen this season sort of what the effect of that has been, and that's not really sort of what I want it to be about for me. So still a bit of iRacing. I'm sure I'll still be around and talk to everyone, but that'll be where most of it is now.
Fan, you're 32.
32. You must have known that.
Brother, I thought you were like late 20s. What?
No.
I'm learning everything tonight. This what is this? Okay, right. With that being said, then now we've perfectly revealed your age to everyone on camera. We'll let you go. Fan, congratulations on winning your last race on track. We're going to call it that. And thank you for all you've done, and we'll see you soon, mate.
Yeah, no worries. And thank you again to JB and just everyone in RDL. It's been a blast.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Well, we do have Cot back on the line here. Cot, can you hear us, buddy? Nope. There we go. Okay, right. So, perhaps not the way you want to cap it off, because perhaps the aim today being third in the championship over Grovey, couldn't quite manage it, but still podium finish. It was a mad race there. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I originally started on the hards thinking there's going to be some carnage. I can just take my time getting through the pack, but there was some. I got involved in some myself. When I was braking, I hit some sort of like divot in the road or something and just locked all 4 tyres. But I got through. First safety car come, and I was thinking, if I go in the mediums, it's going to be a stretch, but it needed to be done to be able to, like I say, challenge for the P3. Fortunately, couldn't do it in the end, but it was a really good race throughout. Managed to just save the tyres, keep up with Grumio. The 3-second penalty, that's what it came down to at the end. Fair play to Fan, he kept it clean. It was a good race for him.
Definitely. Of course, you fought Grumio as you have done several times, especially in the second half of the season. Are you looking forward to taking a little bit more next season, perhaps?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely going to be a change as well with the new handling. It's going to be, I say it's going to be more aggressive. We're going to have a lot more crazy battles, maybe even some free wides with potential switchbacks you can get with the handling. It's going to be good.
Have you played F1 24 at all? You looking forward to it?
I've played it a little bit. I'm not the happiest with the handling. I do think it feels a bit weird, but it is what it is. You've got to adapt to it and make changes to yourself, and like it's going to produce good racing.
With that in mind, then, is there is there a COT championship in your future? Is there an ideal championship in your future next season?
I definitely hope so. I'd love for it to happen, but I'm not sure because, like I said, I'm not particularly liking the new handling, so I ain't feeling myself. I'm not really the quickest on that game. But I don't know if the patch maybe comes soon or if it comes late. Depends on when it comes. It could all change around. I do hope I win it.
Fair enough. I mean, if Fan can win a championship, you definitely can. If I'm being completely honest. But yeah. Okay, that's
Backhanded compliment.
I only say because you're still here. I only say because you're still here. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Cot, if you could sum up this game for us, if you could give us a word to sum up this game. Like there's a challenge for you. Give us one word to sum up how this game has been for you.
Realistic, I'll say. The car just feels very planted and it just feels nice to drive.
Yeah, I think that's a valid way of putting it. Well, that's all the questions I've got for you. So congratulations on the podium, and we'll move on to our third interview. We've got Gaming James on the line. James, you here with us, mate? It's okay. James, having the problems you've had caught in the past. Pope, if you go ahead and just while we're here, give us your word of the race. Because that needs to be done. We need one last word of the race. One last word.
Oh, you've put me on pressure. You know what? No, Fan. Is Fan still there?
Fan? Fan, would you like to give the word of the race? This is something we do every week.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I watch the streams every week, so I know exactly.
Good. That's a test. That's a test you passed.
So was that not Pope giving the word of the week?
No. Wait.
No. I'm asking you to.
Is it? Can I just make up a word?
Like something to do with the race.
I was gonna pick Skibbity just because I've seen you put that.
Yes. Yes. The word of the race is Skibbity.
So there you go.
Pope, you said you're gonna say what the Sigma so many more times. You didn't say it. You two both heard him say what the Sigma in last week's stream, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how he stuck that in.
Through his teeth.
I don't know how he stuck that in, but he did. So fair play to him. Okay, we're still waiting to see if we can get James in.
We'll do Skibbity.
We'll do Skibbity then. Okay, well in that case then, so so you guys know the drill by now. When the stream becomes a full video, go down to the comments, type in the word Skibbity. I can't remember actually saying this, and let us know how much you'll miss everyone who's departing us. In particular, Pope, who of course the commentary next time, and obviously we'll miss Fan as well. We'll miss everyone who we're losing at the end of the season. Of course, Fan, we are losing both you and BJ. So we're losing the whole championship lineup.
Yeah. So it's funny. Like we knew before this season started that this was going to be our last. So we just sort of went into it with a bit of fun. I probably wouldn't have raced this season, but Davey sort of twisted my arm a little bit, so I sort of figured I've got the game already. I might as well see it out.
One last dance.
But yeah, obviously I knew at sort of Christmas time that BJ was having a little one, so that he wasn't going to be around at the end of this. So yeah, one last dance. It was quite nice that we won the championship in our last full season together. That was a nice way to sort of bookend that. Obviously he's another one like you two that, in fact, I've probably known BJ for even longer. I think I've known him since I very first started league racing back in 2019, 2020.
Wow.
So yeah, that was a nice touch. But yeah, there's a few guys leaving though, so it'll be a shame to see everyone go. But I'm sure JB will refill those spots with people more than capable.
Definitely, and of course, yeah, we didn't actually announce this on stream because initially we were keeping on, but yeah, BJ is having a kid, so congratulations to him.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I've just given that away.
I mean, we kept the reason away, but no, it's perhaps one of the most wonderful reasons to possibly be leaving league racing. So, I mean, I doubt he'd be too gross with us for saying so because he is obviously those guys couldn't make it because BJ couldn't make it tonight, but congratulations on a stellar career to him as well because he's done his bit from this combo as well. He was influential in that Constructors Championship last
Yeah,
season.
for sure. I mean, I think neither of us were the quickest overall, but I genuinely think that for the time that we were together, which was, I don't know, 3 years, give or take, we probably were the best team, if that makes sense.
Undoubtedly.
You know, we really did work together on a lot. Well, I say work together, it mostly was BJ messaging me an hour before the race asking if I had a set up for him.
So, I've been crazy once or twice.
It'd give me a toe in quali, so it was all good. But yeah, no, we had a laugh together over the years.
Definitely. Well, here I have one last question for you, fan, and this is more of an opinion question for you. Of course,
it's the last question.
Yes, the last. I know, but I keep thinking of more and more things because you're still sad. We're used to people just sort of leaving once about the interview, but you've stuck around, so I appreciate that. Of course, next season we could have a number of different drivers who could challenge our usual pair, Grimmy and Landlord. If you could name one person to be the next RDL champion, aside from next new RDL champion, who we got now, who would it be?
The next new RDL champion.
Yeah. Who is our next champion? Because of course you're the most recent champion outside of those pair. So who's going to succeed you in that place? It's a big ask.
Yeah, Cop. I think. Cop's the one who. Yeah, I think he has the all-round pace. I think he has the quali pace and the sort of race pace, racecraft, race brain, whatever you want to call it, to pull it off. I think there's other guys out there that are quick but maybe don't have all of that. I think Cop probably could have challenged the season, but I think he had a bit of an inconsistent start to the season, I'm not sure. But yeah, the results maybe weren't quite where he wanted right at the beginning. But if he carries the form on from the end of the season, then he should be there or thereabouts.
We'll have to wait and see. And for those of you who want to wait and see whether Cop can run Grimio and Landlord and hold them to the sword next season, you have to make sure to subscribe to the ZuckRC channel. But unfortunately, at least for the start of the season, it'll be just me on the mic because we are also losing Pope as well. Pope, it's been an absolute pleasure having you in the commentary box. Do come back absolutely any time. We're more happy to have you. And please come back for interviews. Please do that. I beg to you.
Oh, of course. I'll be here most weeks, no doubt, doing an interview. But yeah, a huge thank you to yourself, Zach, for allowing me. Obviously, it's a very weird thing to bring someone with no commentary experience at all into something that you do weekly, and you've been doing weekly for, as you said, like 2.5 years now. And yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I've given it my all every month, even if I was pissed or not, alcohol wise, that is. There's been a few occasions.
And you sung today too. There's also that.
And I sung today, obviously. Yeah, 3 songs down in my year of commentary. So yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, my friend, and it'd be nice, obviously, to be back on track. Obviously, a shame. To get to race with Fan and BJ and other people that I've been racing with for God knows how long now. But yeah, we're still more than ready to go for next season, and hopefully you'll be able to commentate over a few wins of mine.
That's the way to see. Almost a new era of the RDLs coming your way on F124. So make sure to stick around for that. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everyone who runs RDL behind the scenes. Thank you to JB. Thank you, of course, to the stewards, of course, JB, PJ, and Ethan. Thanks to Ethan tonight for actually hosting, because, of course, JB wasn't about. I look forward to seeing him back for season 17, which will be coming your way on the 17th. But, of course, we'll most likely have the team draw next Monday, so keep an eye out for that. And I'll let you guys know when that's going on. Until next time, I have been your host, Zach RC, saying thank you once again for watching. And until next season, we'll see you very soon. Goodbye.
Bye-bye!